The smallest spark can light the whole world. Everyone laughed when a homeless boy offered to fix a millionaire's car. But what he did next built an empire that no one saw coming. A boy in torn clothes touches the shiny black hood of a luxury car. People stare. Some laugh. And somewhere in that moment, destiny takes its first breath. His name was Eli. 15 years old. Homeless, hungry, and humble. He lived behind a small auto shop called Tony's Garage. Every morning, Eli swept floors and cleaned tools in exchange for food. Tony, the old mechanic, always said, "Kindness is the only currency that never runs out." And that line stuck in Eli's heart. He didn't dream of fancy cars or money. He dreamed of fixing things, of giving broken machines another chance. But the other mechanics, they laughed at him. "Kid, you can't even afford a wrench," one said. Eli just smiled and replied softly, "Maybe not yet, but I can borrow hope." One rainy afternoon, a black Rolls-Royce pulled into the dusty garage. The kind of car no one there had ever touched before. Out stepped Mr. Reeves, a wealthy CEO with slick hair and a cold stare. "Car broke down on the highway," he barked. "I've got a meeting in 30 minutes. The mechanics gathered around. They poked, checked wires, shook their heads. "It's the electrical system. It'll take hours." Reeves groaned. "Then you're wasting my time." That's when Eli stepped forward, nervous but brave. "Sir," he said, "I can take a look." Everyone froze. Then laughter erupted. You're just a homeless kid." But Eli didn't back down. He remembered Tony's words, "Courage starts with kindness." Mr. Reeves looked at him for a moment, then smirked. "Fine, kid. 10 minutes. Impress me." Eli lifted the hood. Steam rose, rain hissed on metal. He crouched, studying the engine, calm, focused. Every sound, every wire spoke to him. Finally, he whispered, "It's not the battery. It's the starter relay." He grabbed an old piece of wire, stripped it with his teeth, and bridged 2 connectors. Sparks flew, bright against the gray storm. And then, the engine roared to life. Everyone gasped. Reeves stared in disbelief. But before Eli could smile, the head mechanic shouted, "You could have fried it, you idiot." Eli lowered his eyes. He didn't argue. He simply handed Mr. Reeves his keys. "Didn't fix it for money, sir," he said softly. "Just didn't like seeing something beautiful stuck in the rain." Reeves froze. Something in that boy's voice, that quiet dignity, shook him. He pulled a business card from his pocket and slipped it into Eli's hand. "Come find me someday," he said, "if you ever build something of your own." Years passed. Eli never saw Mr. Reeves again. But that business card, he kept it close, folded and worn, like a promise. He started fixing old radios, fans, and engines people threw away. Every broken thing became a lesson. Every spark, a dream. By 20, he was building small generators for farmers, using scrap parts. He didn't charge money. He only asked for food and more junk to repair. People started noticing. They called him the boy who fixes anything. One day, a reporter filmed him lighting up an entire small village using trash-built machines. That clip went viral. In a week, millions of views. In a month, donations pouring in. In a year, the government reached out. Eli founded Project Restore, an initiative to bring power to poor communities using recycled materials. When asked why he named it Restore, he smiled and said, "Because everything broken deserves another chance." Meanwhile, in his high-rise office, Mr. Reeves saw the news. He froze. That same boy, now a global sensation. He whispered to himself, "He did it," and decided to find him. A black car stopped in front of a new building. The gates opened. Mr. Reeves stepped out, older now, more human. Eli approached, wearing a craftsman's apron and Tony's old pendant around his neck. Reeves smiled faintly. "You did it, son. You built this empire from nothing." Eli smiled back. "No, sir. We built it. You gave me belief when no one else would." Reeves nodded, eyes misty. "What do you call it?" Eli looked around at the glowing solar lights, the children laughing in the yard. "I call it kindness," he said. "Because power means nothing if it doesn't light someone else's world." Reeves extended his hand. "Let's take it global," he whispered. Camera pans up, sunlight spilling over both men as they shake hands. Years later, a massive auditorium filled with people. Eli walks on stage. He holds up a faded business card, the same one from years ago. "This card wasn't a ticket to success," he says. "It was a reminder that one small act of belief can change an entire life." The audience rises in applause. Eli glances at the front row. Mr. Reeves smiles proudly. Tony's old sign hanging in the museum corner, little girl reading under a solar lamp. The spark from that car years ago, replayed in slow motion. He was just a homeless boy with a dream. But when he chose kindness over pride, he built an empire the world couldn't ignore. Because sometimes, the smallest spark can light the whole world. If you loved this story, hit subscribe, because the next one will leave you speechless.